Alright. Here we go. Game 22, I believe. I don't love this hand. I do like the Bannerman and 3 power, but these 3 cards won't get some use for a while. Maybe the Axe will. I think I should redraw. That looks better. Not much better, but a little bit. We don't have any Primal here. But we are getting the chance to scout. In this case, I don't need that card. It's not getting me where I need to go. Again, these units are really high cost, so I'm going to be playing power and no units for a while. Hopefully I continue to draw power and keep playing power and no units. Unfortunately, that's just the reality of our situation. We got 3 power, 3 fire, 1 justice, and no units that can be played. Maybe that was a redraw hand. I mean, I almost question what are the requirements of a hand for redraw. So, like, I need to be able to play something or else it gets redrawn. So that's cool. I got power. If I can get 1 more, I can play the Brawler. So that's kind of nice. Or if I can get Primal power, I could even play the Trainer. Alright. No blocks. I'm gonna take 2 damage. 2 damage is nothing. We're fine. We can take that for a while.
Another flawless escape.
Yay for Primal Sigil. Just what I needed. Just what I needed. Now, who am I gonna play? Let's try the Serpent Trainer.
Follow my lead.
I like the idea of the Serpent Trainer. Alright. What do you got? What do you got, buddy? I feel like we're okay, at least against 2 of the 3 units. Took one of my cards. And we don't know what it is.
I'll make you proud.
Young Gun. I don't think that's one of my cards, is it? No. Only attacking with this one. That makes sense. That does make sense. Great. So we have a counter to that. A couple of options to counter that. We can Peacekeeper's Helm, or we can Ice Sprite. I think we'll Ice Sprite. It's probably the route we're going to go. Attack. Fight. Great, I knock out his unit. Here's an Ice Sprite for the quick draw unit on the ground. And that will be my turn. It was not as on curve as Rebuke was, but this is better for preventing that unit from attacking completely. It also gives me another unit on the field, which I kind of needed in this situation. So, next turn, I'm thinking maybe the Brawler. The Brawler might be good. Life Drinker. Ooh, that's not good for us. Our Ice Spread is gone. Our Ice Spread is gone. Unless, of course, I remove his weapon, which has now been done. Bwah! I lucked out on that one. Really lucked out. I didn't even think about that. But I had exactly 2 power to play Caleb's choice. It was perfect. It was perfect. Cool. Now what do you got, buddy? Yep, that's smart. So 4 damage. I am taking that 4 damage. Attack, attack. Fight. And I think we're going to play the Broken Wing Brawler. The only question is who's going to block the Memory Keeper. I actually think it'll be this flyer, the Serpent Hatchling, because I'd rather use the Brawler, get the Warcry, and sort of keep things going that way. But I haven't also drawn that much power. It's a tough choice. Oh, well played. Very impressive. So now it's time for me to use Peacekeeper's Helm on this unit, the Audacious Bandit. Because that's just causing me problems, really. Really just causing me problems. This unit's gotta go, the Memory Keeper. Wily Fox, oh my gosh. I'm gonna read all that right here in a second. Thanks for dropping the knowledge. I like it. Hold on. Just give me a moment, good sire. Good sire. Appreciate you chatting. Rebuke right here. Softfoot Burglar.
So much to discover.
And attack and space. I like that idea. So that's good. That's 6 damage right there. Nice. Returns requirement. Entertainment, sure. That's a fair point, right? A lot of the value proposition of the drops was, well, just by being on a stream, you get good in-game stuff, right? Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Decreased frequency of drops that came post-community store release. Wait, I'm confused with that. Continued with the decreased frequency of drops that came post-community store release. You're saying there are less drops now than before the drops campaigns released in the community store? I didn't realize that either. Interaction, totally. Interaction is totally preferred. And thanks for interacting. Yeah, I get that. I feel like it changes the dynamic a bit as well. So I see where you're coming from for sure. I'm just trying to figure out what the best play is here for me. I think I'm going to play Jarl's Frost here. Stun this flyer. Give myself the ability to fly. A and space. Oh, this Softfoot Burglar was a bad idea to attack with. I didn't even think about it. It was my mistake. Rita's gonna take it out if my enemy is smart at all. And that was unfortunate. That was unfortunate. But you know what? It happens. It does happen. Oh, yes. Oh, no. I was gonna say... Darn. Yeah. Curses. I really should not have attacked with, with the burglar. But you know what? It happens. You know, mistakes were made, but it happens. But that's a fair point. Wiley, you're right. It changes the dynamic. And I'm interested to see sort of how things play out. You know, how things will be affected. Hopefully, it will be positive for all. But we shall see. We shall see. Yeah. Definitely a requirement from an entertainment component perspective. Hopefully, I can continue to create entertaining and valuable content for all to enjoy. I actually think that my best bet is going to be a giant block push. I think that's my best bet. I'm not sure. Let me attack with these two. That's 6 damage. Fight. And I could also play the Field Captain if I wanted to. Maybe that's the best bet. Let me do that. Field Captain is in. I don't think I'm going to be blocking too much this turn. Yeah, and that was the last turn that the rat, the flying rat, what is that called? Vile Varmint was stunned. So it does make things a little bit more challenging for us. But we shall see how things go. And I think you have a fair point there. You know, there's a lot to consider, contemplate. You know? I think that yeah, we'll see. See how things go. Jeremy. Alright. What do you got, Jeremy? waiting for my enemy to determine their next play. There are many options. Ooh, what is that? Astromancer's got it. This is tough, actually. Because if my enemy attacks with both, but my enemy did not attack with both, so I have a choice now. I can block this ground unit and trade, or I have to do a lot of math right now. I'll have 3 attackers. Enemy can block with 3, so if he attacks with this, 7, let's call it 7, that I'll still be okay without Frostkin. Versus, I'm gonna block and trade, which had to be done. It was a trade that had to be made. Trade that had to be made.
So much to discover.
So much to discover. Pay 4 for flying. It's a little pricey. This is the only lethal unit for my enemy. If I attack with everyone and not everyone blocks, then I have a problem. So I actually think I'm just going to wait and play the defensive. I can attack with my 1 flyer. I'm okay with that. Fight. And I'm going to end my turn. So that's good, because it takes our enemy down to 5 health. So as close as I can possibly get them to lethal, to allow the maximum number of units on my side of the board to have lethal if they hit. Then I can leverage my amazing spell here. Our actions become legends. If you attack with a flyer, you're making a mistake, because I can put a unit in the air and win. However, you could reasonably attack with maybe the Stone Powder Heretic. I think that would probably make sense. Would it be excessive for me to use Copperhall Blessing if my enemy attacks with the Stone Powder Heretic? I don't know. Something to think about. Renown. Spell or weapon directly on it. So this would not qualify. This is tricky. This is very tricky. Again, I'm just going to attack with the flyer. If the enemy flyer blocks, it's a mistake. And I'm going to try to leverage my proximity to lethal. Proximity to lethal. If I can find myself 1 more power, I win. Because, ooh, that makes things tricky. Kill an enemy attachment? What's the attachment? Okay, I mean, if it's that big of a deal to you, sure. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. It's fine. I don't mind. I don't mind. What else you got, buddy? Is that all the tricks you have up your sleeve? Come on. Come on. You got more than that. Come at me. Come at me, bro. What do you got? We just won. GG, everybody. We just won.
Take my sword.
I'm going to knock out the flyer, which leaves the air. Skies are clear, folks. You have liftoff. You have liftoff, folks. I was going to get one of my units in the air. The big unit, the captain, go straight in, because he's got no blockers. GG.